All right, so having a plan in place for your website. Now, this is absolutely crucial. And this is one of those things I talked about in the first video, where this is one of those mistakes I see people make that I've learned from over the years, that I need to specifically make a video on this, and you need to be aware that before you start any project, you need to have a plan in place. Now, I struggled with where to put this video, whether at the beginning of the series or at the end of the series, because you have to know all the rest of the information in this to know your plan, because these things are really going to work into how you generate your plan for your website. Because once you learn all these things, it's probably going to change your plan, right? So make sure you make a note and go back and watch this video when you're done. But I wanted to put it in the beginning because I want you to be aware of this, because I don't want you to just go out and get excited when you see something, go start a site. I want you to go through everything first and then come back here, remind yourself how important it is to have a plan, because this is one of those things that I've seen people make, year after year after year, person after person. They didn't have a plan in place, for their website, and that's the reason they end up failing, or they end up creating so much more work for themselves, or they need so much more investment. So let me just do some examples here. So what I mean is, with the way SEO works today, you really want to be laser focused on a specific topic unless you have a really big budget. So just to give an example, like a lot of people will start a health site, right? And they'll be like, healthsite.com. And they're like, yeah, I'm going to target like diet programs and like, workouts and, women's health and men's health. Like, they got all these topics and they have a plan in place, which is good. But they, without knowing the details of the OMG SEOBible, all the details I'm going to go over, their plan kind of bites them in the ass, so to speak. So with the new SEO rules, if you're general with your topic, like just generally health, you're going to need a whole lot of domain authority to rank for your inner pages, okay? Whereas if you kind of laser down to one topic, like for example, men's fitness, then if you just laser in on men's fitness, you have it in your domain, all your reverse sink or swim is centered around men's fitness, then you're going to rank a whole lot easier for any inner page that is like a men's fitness program, or like a men's anything like men's fitness related workouts or whatever else goes in that category. So for those type of people, if they knew this before, like a lot of people who started a general health site, they aren't aware of that, and they end up running out of budget. They just don't have the budget to create enough authority to end up ranking for their inner pages. Whereas if they just did men's fitness with the and changed up the reverse sink or swim and laser focused on one topic, then they would be ranking, okay? So you need to have a plan in place, and it needs to be proportional to your budget and what you're able to do. And a lot of the times that's going to be a laser focused niche. So the other thing I see is people don't think about how they're going to expand later on. So for example, they may do like Miami plumber.com, okay? So then they end up ranking for a Miami plumber, great, but then they're like, man, now I also want to cover HVAC and roofing, and I'm like, you should have thought about that before you started. That's why you want to have a plan in place as well, because not only do you want to not start too wide and not be able to fill the gap with having enough resources for all that authority you need to build, but you also don't want to underdo it, focus on just one topic and then not be able to expand, because then you're kind of just focused around Miami plumber. So adding in Miami roofer to this site just wouldn't make much sense, and it'd be hard to do because all your reverse sink or swim will be centered around Miami plumber, and plumbing. So those are kind of the two opposite ends of the spectrum, and if you don't understand this yet, you will, okay? This is kind of, again, I struggled whether to put this video in the beginning or the end. Make sure you put a note down and take notes as you're going through, and when your big notes, just say, go back and watch this video when I'm done, to remind you how important it is, because this is one of the big places I see people make a mistake that just kind of crushes them, where it limits them, in this case here, or, in the first example, they try to go too big because they don't understand how SEO works, or they just didn't pick up that information yet, and then they get stuck and they put all this time and money into a project and they can't make it work because they just don't have the budget for it. So make sure you have a plan in place. Be very specific. once you get done the OMG SEO Bible, it'll be very clear what your plan should be, because you'll know what your budget is, you'll know what you're trying to do. But don't just go into a project and not have any plan at all, because that's when you're really going to fail. And another big one I see is, people will do like they'll do like a site.com, and they won't even put a keyword in there, but it's laser focused for one topic. I'm like, if you're going to start a site on a specific topic, get a keyword in there. Let Google know your site is about that topic. It's going to help you tremendously. Okay, so that's another big mistake I see people making, is they try to go with like just a general site without a keyword in there, when really the site is laser focused for that one topic, and that's when you should really try to get a keyword in your domain name. All right. But again, some of you beginners, this may have gone over your head. Don't worry. I'm going to cover all this throughout the OMG SEO Bible, and then you can come back and watch this one again. All right. But again, before you start any project, go through the rest of the series, then get your plan in place, and it'll work out a lot better for you.